In this episode of Pass FCE, do you have the level to take the exam? And how do you know if you're ready? What do you do when you know you have the level, and what do you do if you don't have the level yet? All this and more in Pass FCE Episode 2. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Pass FCE, a Mention Inglés podcast specifically created to help you pass the Cambridge First Certificate in English exam. I'm Craig. I'm a teacher at the British Council in Valencia, Spain, and also a Cambridge speaking examiner with over 20 years of teaching experience. So, do you have the level? Well, if you can understand me, your level is good. But is it good enough? And how do you know? Well, I suggest you go to a good language academy and take a level test, a placement test, to see which level you have. At the British Council where I work, you can go and have a test free with no cost. Just get in touch or contact your nearest British Council school and organise a level test and book a level test. You can go to britishcouncil.org and I will put the link in the show notes to episode 2 for you. And you write your country in the space so that you can find the nearest British Council centre to where you live. But there are many other very good academies of English. So find a good academy near you and then go there for a level test, and they will tell you if you are ready to take the exam. You can do an online FCE level test. For example, there is one at our website at mencioningles.com. There is also a level test at flojo.co.uk. Again, I will put these links for you in the show notes. You can go to a website that has examples of past papers or old FCE papers and do one or two of the use of English and reading tests. Remember, you need 60% to pass the exam. So if you're getting over 60%, there's a good chance that you have the level already. Obviously, if you're 50% and below, then you need to study more general English to increase your level. There is a level test on the Cambridge website, but it's only 25 questions. And in my opinion, it's a bit short and not very accurate. But you can try it, and again, I'll put the link to the Cambridge level test in the show notes to this episode. If you have the level to take the FCE exam, I do recommend a preparatory course to prepare you for the exam before you take it. You can do a short 10-week or 12-week course which prepares you in exam technique. You have to learn reading skills, you have to get to know the exam, you have to practice timing, and to go to an academy and take a short course to prepare you, even if you have the level, I think is a very good idea. So, if you already have the level, what do you do? Well, you can register with Cambridge at your nearest exam centre. Just go to cambridgeenglish.org. I'll put the link in the show notes. And you can find the dates of the next exam on the Cambridge website. You can practice exam technique with our CD at mentioningles.com. And I will give a link to the CD in the episode show notes so that you can see the content of the CD. And the CD has been revised for the new exam in 2015. You can study at home with a course book, and the course book I'm using at the moment with my classes is called Ready for First. Another popular coursebook for FCE is the FCE Gold coursebook. And one book that I definitely recommend you use is the Cambridge English Self-Study Practice Tests with the CD. Now these are practice exam tests, so they are very, very similar in format to the real exam you will be taking. I'll put links to all of these books in the show notes at inglespodcast.com. There are other books you can buy to help you prepare for the exam. There's the Cambridge Vocabulary for First Certificate that improves your vocabulary, and you also have a CD. But the most important one to prepare you for the technique of the exam is the practice tests book. And it's important to get the CD because of the listening practice. So you do need listening practice and speaking practice before the exam, and the best place to go for this is at a language academy. There are some exam papers on the Cambridge website and some advice about how to prepare for the exam, and I'll give you links to that in the show notes also. To get an idea of the speaking test, go to YouTube and search for FCE speaking tests. There are many examples on YouTube. What do you do if you don't have the level yet? So you've been to an academy and unfortunately you have level A2 or level B1 and you're not ready, you're not advised to take the exam. Well, take a good language course of general English at your level at a good academy, like the British Council, for example. You could also study online with our courses at mansioningles.com. You can take the PET exam, which is at level B1, and it's the exam below the First Certificate in English. This will give you exam experience and it will also give you a Cambridge qualification. If you want advice on taking the PET exam, you can go to dawayingles.com. Again, I'll give you a link in the show notes. And my friend over there, David Palencia, has some wonderful tips and advice for the PET exam and also for the FCE exam. Well, that's it for this episode. If you have any questions or comments, please go over to inglespodcast.com and send me an email. In the next episode, episode 3, I'll give you 7 reasons why you should study for an FCE exam at a language academy and not prepare by yourself. So, thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.